Hey, you motherfuckers. My name is Timmy. I'm a little kid from down the street. I like to hang out with my friends on the weekends, and I like to do wheelies. I like to do kickflips on my skateboard. I'm in 5th grade, and I say words like shit and piss. You dig? Okay? What did I say my name was? Because I lied about it. I forgot.
Yo, Timmy. Your name is Timmy.
My name is Timmy. People need to remind me sometimes because, well, I have this weird thing going on where my memory slips, and I don't remember things a lot. Like sometimes I mix up words, and I live in this place. What's it called? Where do you go when people are there and things? What is that called?
Yo, Timmy, no one knows what you're talking about, man.
Well, there's like those things, structures. You walk in and you're like, yo, Ma, Dad, here I am. What's that called?
Your home?
Oh, my home. Yeah, that's where we are. We're in my hometown at the place. I live by Drew, and Rob comes around sometimes, and, sometimes I steal beer out the fridge, and I'm here to say I'm sorry. My mom and dad, that's the point of why I'm here. My mom and dad said, they made me say I'm sorry for stealing your beer, sirs. Will you forgive me? Why are we here? I think my memory slips because I'm always so fucked up on beers that I steal from Rob and Drew.
You gotta go, Timmy.
You gotta say you
Timmy,
forgive me.
You gotta go.
My mom and dad won't let me leave till I get a forgiveness. Otherwise, I'm gonna get a whooping. I'm gonna get a whooping. Rob, can you forgive me?
I forgive you.
Okay. Well, let me. Can I get a drink real quick? I need some water. I gotta hit the fridge real quick. All right.
Yeah, but just take water.
Okay. Yep. I got the water. What's this pumpkin? Okay. Yeah, that sounds like some good juice. I got that. Delicious. Okay, guys. See you later.
It's
Do it with
crazy.
Brews.
Cue that intro.
You're about to hear the greatest show of your life.
Dude.
Dudes with brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
What'd I miss?
You have pumpkin juice in your fridge?
No, we're drinking Pumpking. This is a beer.
Well, just don't answer the door for any cops. Because
What do you mean?
There's some kid, he was apparently stealing beer from you.
Is it Timmy?
It's Timmy.
God damn it, Timmy. I had an expensive bottle of beer in the fridge a couple months ago and disappeared. Turned out Timmy's always coming in the house. I don't know why. I'm 30 years old. Like, what do I want? What do I need some kid? I mean, I got kids and they play sometimes on the trampoline, and then he comes in and smuggles my beer, I guess. Damn it, he got what we're
You
drinking.
gotta watch out for that. I was one of those kids that walked into people's houses that I didn't know when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, my parents actually met quite a few of their friends.
From you intruding on.
I was just walking. There was one person down in Sun Prairie. I just ran. I don't know what I was running from, but I ran into their house and hid underneath their bed.
What?
Yeah, and then
They probably thought like this kid is in danger.
this kid's being beat at home. They were the patriarch of the household grabbed me by my ankles and brought me out upside down and said to my mom, "Is this what you're looking for?" And they were friends still to this day.
Well, that's great. Conveniently, I guess Timmy.
I never took beer though.
Timmy took the beer that we're drinking today. So talk about convenient timing. I guess we can talk about it. Pumpking. It's been sitting in the fridge for a while. Rob, remember we said we were gonna do this for the Strange Brews, and we never did.
Things got weird last month in terms of timing and things going on and.
Oh, for sure. But 'tis the season still. We still got Thanksgiving and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's cold yet, so.
It was for a couple weeks, and now it's like it's summer.
Yeah.
70 degrees today. Wisconsin is weird that way, but we're drinking Southern Tier Brewing Company's Pumpking. We had Warlock, which was a little rendition of Pumpking, but this is the real deal. It is a pumpkin/yam beer. Pumpkin puree and pie spices, malty bready, cinnamon dominates with nutmeg and vanilla in the background. It is 8.6 in the ABVs. Guess what? We got some IBUs.
Yeah?
You want to take a swig and take
All
a
right.
guess on the bitterness units?
Probably only like 25.
You're not too far off.
Yeah.
33.
Yeah, that's close. I'd say if you're within 10, you're, doing all right.
It's got a strong pumpkin smell.
Yeah, I don't smell the spice as much or the other things that they talk about.
Where the last one was that we had when we drank we had it with on Todd's episode. It was more spice oriented. I feel like this is more pumpkin oriented.
Although I guess if you really try, you can taste the
You can taste the
vanilla
cinnamon.
and the cinnamon.
Yeah. It's not a bad beer.
Yams, I have no idea what they taste like.
What the hell's a yam? Isn't that bread?
I don't know. I thought it was like a sweet potato.
Is it? Or I
don't
thought, is it
know.
like, what are those other things that they sell pumpkins with? It starts with a C.
I know that there's squash. Or
No, not
there's
squash. Yeah, but you're on it.
yeah, it's
What the hell are those called? Corgis?
no Jesus. Wow, gourds.
There you go. Let's eat
The
gourd.
stutter helps sometimes.
So, yeah, is a yam a gourd of types?
Man, I got
sorts?
no frame of reference on this one. I just, for a long time as a kid, I thought yams came in shells.
Well, people eat canned yams though.
Yes.
So maybe it is like a potato.
I when I picture it like a squash or like a sweet potato. I think it's orange.
Well, anyways, we're drinking that. That's
And if if the taste of it is in there, I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't either. I don't.
Yeah, so
I don't really know.
I guess you guys are on your own with that one. I guess we needed to research yams before this episode.
Yeah, you're right. Rob, I had some questions for you. Okay. What motivates you? What how do you establish feelings of confidence, gratitude without making yourself look like a complete and utter douchebag?
My therapist can't even tell you that because I can't. She's asked me that question a lot. No joke. I'm not even this is not a bit. This is not. This is one of my biggest things in with my therapist is how do you where's the line between confidence and arrogance? Where's the line between believing in yourself and being an asshole that has narcissistic values and doesn't care?
Right. Because I was. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's like I really have a hard time with that, big time.
Because what prompts this, Rob, is, I explore social media. I'm on it. I'm present. I'm active on social media in different regards. And sometimes it's a sponsored ad. Sometimes it's like just a thing that a person that I'm friends with posts, and they're trying to post these motivational things.
There's somebody singing out there.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry.
I heard it too, but yeah, don't harsh their mellow.
Yep. Sorry. Didn't mean to. Just threw me off.
And I just want to know the intentions of these people. Are they trying to motivate people for the sake of them being that force, or are they just so absorbed in themselves that they're like, this is what makes me a better person than you, is I put a smile on my face and I do these fucking videos and I show you what it's like to be successful, where the meaning is supposed to be that I'm trying to motivate you and teach you on how to do it, but really I'm just doing nothing. I'm just talking out of my bum.
Yeah, I think they're more talking out of their bum.
And that shit annoys me.
they're looking for clicks, and
Right.
and you're not going to get clicks if you go, hey, tell yourself you're a worthless asshole every day and sit on the couch.
They might.
You know what?
They might get clicks. Maybe that's what we should do.
Yeah. You don't need to shave.
Some people don't.
I don't. But,
I see you've been working on your goatee there.
This is actually, I shaved everything off not that long ago. This is only like a week or something like that.
Not bad.
That's not bad. But Yeah, when it comes to like, this is the thing like where I'm constantly, because I've actually been paying attention to this over the course of the last couple of weeks, where it's like, because I made a big move. I quit my job specifically because it was detrimental to my mental health.
He started selling ass, and he is rolling in the dough.
Oh yeah, got a great ass.
Yeah,
I sell my own. I don't sell others. But see, now have I crossed the line? Am I now an asshole because I sell my asshole?
Oh my God. I don't know.
But no, so like, now you made me lose my entire train of. Oh, okay. So yeah, I left my job because it just wasn't good for me. I don't do that often. I will stay in a place that's not like in my past or whatever. I would stay in my life like where, even if it was really bad for my own mental well-being and happiness or whatever. So I've been trying to think of like paying attention to what makes me even get up and do something.
Right.
And I found out that the only real willpower I have is the willpower to make myself not go and do things. Like, have you ever been in a position like where you have energy, you have something to do, but you talk yourself into just sitting on the couch and binge watching some show on Netflix?
I'm sure I've done that.
I mean, I can talk myself into taking a nap after drinking 6 cups of coffee and like being right, like on a beautiful day, even though like every part of me goes, go play some basketball or go do this or go do that. Like there's just this little itch that goes, you should just take a nap. And somehow that wins out the argument. And I don't get why that is. That's where like, and I was like, if I could shift where I could talk myself into doing productive things the way that I can talk myself into doing not productive things, that's how you become successful or happy or something. And I think that's all that those guys on the internet are trying to say is like, that is the true, like the truest thing you can say is that you hold your own life in your hands up until a certain point. I feel like once you get too many things like laid on top of you in terms of like a mortgage, kids, all these things, like you start to lose the ability to just say, fuck it. This doesn't make me happy. I'm going to do what makes me happy. So like there is a shifting point in life, and I should have surpassed it a long time ago, but I didn't because of other things. But it's like when you're just you and you're the only person you have to take care of, you really are in control of what you can do. But most of us focus on like the things that you tell yourself why you can't do something. And if you can shift your mentality into saying, there's no reason why I can't do this. Mm-hmm. I could just pick up and leave right now. There's homeless shelters, there's food bank. Like if I left from your house to the porch right now and got in my car and just started driving, and drove until I ran out of gas and then started walking, I would find somebody to help me make sure I don't die. And I would be fine, and that might lead to a happier life than just like treading water in a town that doesn't suit me or whatever. It's like, if that's the place that you're in mentally where you're at, you can change it. But focusing on all the reasons you can't do those things, that's only going to leave you treading water in a place that you're not happy.
So you're saying you should listen to these people in the video?
I think that's the base root of their, of what they're saying. They all have different ways of spewing it out, and it's like, but it is just a mentality change.
Well, what if they do it? What if they do it? Is it my mental state is so negative that I just think what they're saying is dumb, and I feel like their intentions are not pure? And it's like, how many fucking videos do you have to create to make the same that was Phil barking, to make the same point? Because there's one like a couple in particular where it's just like there's a different angle every time, and it's like, all right, look at me, look at my beautiful eyes and all this, and this is what I want to talk to you guys today. Okay, guys, I'm so grateful today. And how do I get the grateful? Well, I just get all the good energy around me, and I consume it. And then I just look at the sun and thank it for its warmth and providing me food and all this kind of stuff. And then I take generosity, and I put that in my little basket of hope. And I take optimism, and I do, and I just put all of it together, and I just say, what a great day it's gonna be. And all that kind of mumbo jumbo.
Well, I think that the reason that those things come off as so bogus and BS, at least to me, is that why do you need 100 videos? Why do you need to make a video channel to get that point, that message across? The only thing you need to tell somebody is you're going to be happier focusing on what you can do with your life than what you can't do.
Are they making the videos because for themselves?
I doubt it.
To make themselves feel better?
I'm pretty skeptical. Like, I'm cynical when it comes to the internet.
Too.
You know me. I'm not a social media person at all.
There's only one pure website out there, ladies and gentlemen, and that's Pornhub.
I don't know. Mommy Says So was...
Yeah. Not related to Pornhub.
No. That was just what not to do with Halloween.
Right. There might be some more intriguing
and
article.
probably something about vaccines, I imagine.
Do you think there's a controversial Christmas decorations out there?
Oh, absolutely.
We should look into that.
Yeah, I'm sure that there are, especially when you consider where Christmas came from. You know, it came from a place of scary emptiness, you know, and became the Coca-Cola Santa, you know. Like,
What are you talking about? You're a liar. Christmas has been just from, you know, Santa Claus, a.k.a. Saint Nick. He's just a jolly old man, and he likes to give people gifts. He does it once a year. Well, he builds all the stuff during, like, he makes iPads and PlayStation 5s.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's because I listen to the radical media, the fake news. I heard he has slaves, and that's how he gets things out cheap. That's just what I heard.
Yeah, you're listening to the Breitbart of whatever.
Might have been Chuck Yeager that said that.
Chuck Yeager?
I know that's a name of somebody. I don't know who it is, though. It's just the name I came up with in my head. Charles Lindbergh.
Charles, yeah. I heard it on Rogan.
Rogan's in trouble right now.
What? For what?
I don't know what.
For having Alex Jones on his thing again?
Maybe. I was at my parents' house, and my dad said something about, Rogan's in trouble again, and I was like, what about? And he's like, something he did on his show, and he didn't read enough of the article to tell me what it was, but.
He smoked weed with Elon Musk.
Remember I think
that was a big controversy.
Why was that a controversy?
Like, Tesla stocks dropped after Elon Musk was seen taking one hit of marijuana in a state in which it's legal.
I hate the world we live in.
And he didn't even inhale.
Well, that makes me even more... that doesn't make me upset for the reason you might think it does. It makes me upset that he thinks he has to say he didn't inhale to make his stock price go back. He inhaled. I don't care what he says.
Elon Musk said some crazy stuff, though. He even said on Twitter, like, I think the price of Tesla stocks are too high, which caused a lot of people to sell.
Personally, yeah, well, I don't know. Personally,
They just split not
getting
that long
back to
ago.
that inhale thing, because this really, there's a lot of layers to this, and he didn't inhale. What are you... Okay, stock prices go down if he smokes, and they go down more if he inhales? What? And if he actually didn't inhale, then why'd you smoke in the first place?
We really struck a chord.
That's insane to me, and it should be insane to everybody that listens to anything.
Yeah, maybe. Teslas are cool, though.
Yeah, they are, and
I would like one day.
I mean, and there are quite a few rich people out there that are talking about the fact, like, and I'm sure, I don't know if Elon Musk is actually saying this, but saying that the stock prices are too high is a similar way to say this, like, where it's like, there is something to be said about, like, when you're making all this money for doing it just, like, there are wealthy people that are talking about the gap in wealth disbursement.
He could give me, Elon Musk, feel free to give me some of your fortune, bro.
There's better. Is he the guy that's going to outer space, or is that the other dude?
He does SpaceX. He owns SpaceX.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, because that when he came out and said the only way for me to spend my winnings fast enough is to privately fund space exploration, and as great as space exploration might be, but he's like sounds like he's doing it for more commercial whatever like. It's not really exploration as much as it's like, hey, let's get people to be able to see space, humans be able to get into space and see it, not just astronauts or whatever. There's things that need to be done on the ground that you could put your quote unquote winnings into, your business winnings into, that would help us far more. You know, the fact that there's one person that makes more than some countries make. And there's people in America starving in the streets and kids that can't go to school and don't have jackets. Like, I'm sorry, there's things you can do that are better with your fucking quote unquote winnings than sending rich people into space. That's my take.
But he doesn't make motivational videos.
Well, then he's cool.
What would you wake up one day and you're just on cloud 9, as they say. And, I don't know what's wrong with the other 8 clouds, but cloud 9 seems to be the one that you want to be on.
It's because George Harrison told us that was the cloud you want to be on.
Oh, really?
I don't know. He has a song called On Cloud.
Fuck, that's what it was. I was going to bring back Ringo. That's what I was going to do.
Oh.
Damn it. Anyways, next time.
Yeah.
I forget what I was saying.
Something about Cloud 9.
Oh, no. Yeah, anyways, you wake up in the morning and you're feeling on cloud 9 and you're like, you know what? I'm going to change my perspective and that's going to, I need to share it with the world. What would your motivational video look like? Sound like? Describe the background. Describe the imagery that you would use. Explain the language that you're going to display while you're motivating the masses. Say you have a reach. Say like you have a big reach. Dudes with Brews on a porch is like fucking bigger than big, and people want to know.
Well, honestly, I wrote a political speech the other day.
I saw it saved on your desktop. I was going to ask you.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I actually wrote a speech.
I like that. That's a good idea. It's a good exercise.
It was just an exercise. And in terms of imagery, I think a lot of volcanoes exploding, pressure relief.
For motivation?
Yeah, because I think to motivate, if you need motivation, it means that you have something built up inside of you.
Volcanoes exploding?
I don't know. When you said imagery, that was the first thing that jumped into my head.
That's like something that
it's like an explosion and it's like a rocket, but it's also a natural like experience. It's something that happens naturally.
Masturbation right now.
Well, yeah, that's what motivation is all about, right?
I guess. Reaching that climax in more than one way, I guess.
Life's climax, masturbation.
Right.
So I mean, and that political speech really, I wrote that in a way that it focused on the fact of what all Americans have in common, and one of the things that all Americans have in common, as they see it, as each person sees it, is struggle. We all feel like we have struggle, but none of us want to recognize the struggle of other people. We all think our struggle is exclusive to us, and it's not. For me, I guess if I was pushing for some type of motivational, if I was going to make some type of motivational speech, the thing I would probably focus on would be helping each other. That's what we want to motivate people to do, right? In my opinion, that to me is the thing that's going to help us the most. Is saying don't motivate yourself just to help yourself. Motivate yourself to help your community, to help others around you, to do something good for humanity. If we thought about humanity more than we thought about money, which in terms of self-motivation, most people are looking in terms of business and finance to get independently wealthy or whatever.
I will add, a lot of these videos that I've seen, there's a product attached to it. There's a service attached to it.
Yeah, and that makes sense. It's like you probably, the ones that don't have products attached to it, probably you will never see because you need to go to page 76,871 to find that video. Because, I mean, I'm sure if you type in motivational videos on YouTube, you're going to get 10,000 pages of videos, right? Like,
Right.
And YouTube picks what videos are on page 1. Just like Google picks what websites are on page 1 of a Google search. And to me, the motivating thing is like in life for me is to try and like think about that stuff, the underlying stuff that if you don't ever just like, it's not any big revelation. It's not some epiphany. I think everybody knows these things, but it's so far in the back of your head because it's an everyday thing. How often do you use Google? How often do you think about the fact that Google is feeding you information?
Right.
You probably use Google multiple times a day, but the amount of times that you go, what is Google showing me, and why is it showing me this one as number 1 as opposed to this one that's number 1,000? That's something that people don't think about all the time. For me, I think that's something that we should think about. I'm not saying Google's doing a bad job. I'm not saying that they're pushing an agenda. I'm not saying anything like that. But I'm saying unless a good majority of the people think about that, someday they could be. And it might be bad. I don't know. You know, it's just a good idea to ask those questions. Why? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? I don't know what is going on with Phil, but he is freaking out tonight.
I don't know why he's barking. It's a ghost.
He was barking when he was in here. He's barking now that he's out there.
I think he was barking at his reflection when he was in here.
He was looking over right.
Or probably at the light, maybe.
At the light, maybe, but he doesn't bark at that light.
I don't know. I once had to write for my undergrad level public speaking class. You know, just one of those. What the fuck's he?
Is it picking it up on the mic?
No, it's just annoying to listen to him bark.
Well, I don't even have headphones on, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna drink this beer and forget.
But anyways, for my public speaking class, I had to. Jesus Christ.
Phil, shut up.
I had to write a commencement speech. And it's just one of those classes that you have to take, you know, in your whatever journey to finding whatever major you want to do. And the final project was we had to write a commencement speech and then present it to the class. And it was really dumb. Like the professor that taught it, like really taught like he's trying to teach like how to give effective speeches, and like you always had to have certain phrases in every single speech that you gave in the class, which was kind of I thought was stupid.
Yeah, what do you remember? Just an example of one of those phrases.
One would be like, if you get anything out of this speech, remember this one point. It's my most important point. We had to say that in every single.
That's a phrase that he would have you put in there.
Yeah, and we'd always have to say, due to my extensive research.
It wasn't creative commencement speeching.
That's just we did all these different versions, different kinds of speeches, persuasive, informative, and all that kind of stuff. And we had to always have those phrases, always. And I thought it was kind of dumb, but anyways, are you all right? We had to.
I'm fine, but either this couch is making weird noises now. No, that's it. It's not this couch.
It's just like a cricket or something.
No, it's something's knocking somewhere, man. It's your couch.
Okay.
But it sounds distant but close. It's weird.
Anyways, we had some of one of the phrases that we had to give in our commencement speech, and it had to be like essentially like the whole base of your commencement speech was, life is like blank. Life is like blank.
A field of landmines.
Like life is like a box of chocolates, and then you had to go explain all that kind of bullshit. I didn't do that one. I said life is like carpentry. No matter how hard you tried, you're gonna get screwed.
Nice.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
And then I went on how society is like a lumberjack, and you're a beautiful tree, and then it chops you down. That was my commencement speech.
Yeah. Life is like being a flower. You bloom and you fucking die.
Yeah.
And then you rot, and then you stink, and then you get stepped on.
I just like, I I get annoyed by these things, and I don't know why. Like, I just
Did you actually do the carpentry and you're going to get screwed?
Yeah,
in
I
your
did.
speech?
I did.
How did that go over with the crowd?
They laughed.
Did they think after they laughed?
I mean, I don't know.
They should have.
I
I
gave my speech. I said what I need to say, and afterwards, everyone highlighted that mine was the best.
And then you got a C, and you're like, I was right.
I might have. I gave it another speech once, and I'm not going to talk about it too much. But the professor didn't like the content it was on, so I got a lower grade because he didn't agree with he didn't like my stance, like where my opinion on the issue was. He didn't like it.
So what do you do when that happens? Is there a board of somebody that you can go, I need an unbiased opinion on this?
I don't know. I took the grade and whatever, and that was another thing. We can talk about college stuff too because
I keep pulling you off of your original point. So
it doesn't matter. I'm a negative person. It's college. It is a lot of frustration. I'm experiencing some frustrating stuff in college right now, man. And I don't want to bash it. I don't. They're helping me build the potential future that I want to have. And they're giving me some skills, but it's like at the same time, I'm more or less teaching myself. Let's be honest.
So we've both been in this case scenario.
But
I can identify with what you're saying.
I'm going to start with this first. My undergrad, my major is radio, TV, and film. All right. My minor is creative writing. I had to take a lot of creative writing classes. I took a couple poetry classes, and I took non-creative nonfiction. I took a lot of writing classes where I was writing all the time. And the thing that annoyed me the most was that if you can tell that I'm putting in the work, my grammar is correct, and I am doing the research when I need to do the research. I'm doing the stuff. How can I get anything less than an A?
Yeah,
because creative works are subjective.
They're by definition, I was creative. If it's creative, if you created it, you've created it. I met the requirements. I met the page lengths. I met this and that. But I would get Did you ever get a grade back that was just said D dash hack?
No.
Because that's your worst nightmare, right?
Yeah. I mean
that's whenever I write something, that's what I like. I don't want to show somebody because I don't want them to go, it's great. And then they walk away and go, fucking hack.
Yeah. I got I think a C one time on something. And I was just like, why? Because you didn't like what you were reading? Because you didn't agree with the subject matter that you were reading? I don't know. You're a professor. Was the structure there? Yes.
But the way the world works, that's kind of how it is in terms
bullshit.
of. I agree. Yeah, this is the problem. Is if you want to, let's say you want to make money writing TV shows. This is the thing that I've listened to more interviews than anything on, and probably or looked into enough, where it's there's shows that have come around where it's they are. No one can come out and say that's not exactly what you wanted to do. That's not outside the box. That's not, if it's a comedy, that's not, you can't say that's not hilarious. You can't, but because of this, we don't think us in our suits in our towery fucking building think that that the audience won't identify with this, but we think it's hilarious.
Right.
It's not going to get put on the air. Yeah. I mean, that's essentially you getting a failing grade in a creative writing class.
Well, it was funny because the professor would read, in this case, my creative nonfiction class. He read some of his own work, and to me, I thought it was boring.
Yeah,
but he got paid to publish that and stuff, and and yes, that gives him credibility. I get that. I get he's a
create something right now, Drew.
What do you mean? Out of what?
Thin air?
We're doing that right now. We're creating a podcast.
All right, whatever.
But I'm just saying.
I tried, everybody.
I'm just saying it's frustrating. And then with
No, does every creative writing person, teacher, have a manuscript or something in their desk drawers that they run by the class?
Oh,
I just remember on let's get into Moody for a second, our old podcast. I remember on Californication. Remember that teacher, the creative writing teacher?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I got 3 novels I never published them, but I wrote them.
yeah.
And it's like, I guess that's kind of how I think of creative writing
It's half the
teachers.
battle.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, but yeah, I forget. What
I pulled you off your point again.
That's okay.
That's how my political speech is too. It's very all over the place, I think.
Yeah.
So I apologize.
We're in a weird world politically now. Post-election, some people are really happy. Some people are really upset. And some people, they're maybe a little bit of both.
Probably. I mean, I'm a little bit of both, probably,
Ultimately, I don't think my life is going to change that much.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that, I heard somebody say this, and it made a lot of sense to me. Where it's like, and it really in terms of your president doesn't change your day-to-day life very much at all. Mm-hmm. And yet, that is the election that the majority of people go out to vote in. That is the election that the majority of the money is spent in. That's the election that the majority of news coverage gets devoted to. But the fact of the matter is that your county officials and your state officials will affect your life way more than your president, than your federal government will.
Right.
So when it comes to issues that are dividing people so heavily, like abortion law, like gay marriage, like LGBTQ, like racial issues like that, that really pull people from one side to the other. Mm-hmm. Those are the issues that you vote on at a state level, because that's where you're going to see the difference in your communities and in your states. If you vote on those issues in a presidential election, there's no way for that. There's no way for the president to make everybody happy when you're voting on those issues. It's impossible. And so you're just putting them you're putting our federal government in between a rock and a hard place where, okay, Senate and House representatives have to stick with their constituents, but they're all from all over the country, which have different views. Their constituents have different views. Therefore, they all have to vote against one another, and nothing gets passed. So there's no, it's like we need to keep those issues in our communities and keep our country running the way it should. And that's what belongs in our federal government, is the issues that can be changed and the issues that we can come together on. Issues that involve religious views, issues that, that are so divisive. Our president needs to be there for all of us. He can't be there for just half of us. And unfortunately, we're divided right down the center on all these issues, and no one wants to give an inch. And, it's like, and honestly, one half of the side is saying, I don't care what you do. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing that. Or I am doing that, but I get the say. The other half is saying, I'm not, or I am doing this, and you are, or you aren't as well. I'm telling you what to do. And the other half is saying, I just want it not to be a law to tell me what I have to do or can't do, can or cannot do. Those, it's really, that's not a federal issue, because the federal government has to oversee 100% of the country, and 100% of the country will never agree on those issues. So it's like, if I had anything, like just keep that at the state level. And when somebody when I heard that person kind of talking about that, it really opened my mind up to the fact that that's really what we should be pushing as a ideal, like even marijuana laws and stuff like that. You can move, if you have to, if you're that die hard on it, you can move to a place then that supports your views. You want me to go do this?
Well, he's probably
tangled.
Yeah.
I'll go take care of it, because I just took a big chunk of time, and I'll let you talk now.
What am I going to talk about?
Whatever you want.
I don't know. What's it? All right. Well, folks, I guess here's my type of a manifesto. It's the year 2020. We're in November of 2020. Today is November 9th, 2020. I've emphasized the year quite a bit. And we've faced a lot of radical things. We've gone through borderline almost a year of a pandemic on what some people think is real, some people think is fake, some people think is serious, some people think is not so serious. We just faced one of the biggest political elections of all times, and the division has never been greater than what it is in 2020. And I am here to settle the debate right now and to give you the answer that yes, the answer is yes, it is 100% way too early to decorate with your Christmas decorations. You have to realize that, turkey time comes first, and that it's not time for Christmas celebrations yet, folks.
Are we talking about Christmas decorations?
Yeah,
I just put mine up. I love them so much.
Did you really?
No, God, no. That's insane to put your Christmas decorations up.
Thank you for being on this team. And I'm talking about division and stuff like that and big issues. And I understand 2020 has sucked. I understand 2020 has not been easy for everybody. But for the love of God, let's celebrate the time where people came over on boats, murdered and pillaged a lot of indigenous people, and then ate some fucking turkey. That's what we're here for, and that is what America is about. Raping, pillaging, and eating turkey.
That's in that political speech, I swear to God.
Let's put it on. Let's put the Christmas stuff on hold until let's give it till December 1st, ladies and gentlemen. People have their trees up already. The lights are on. Come on. December 1st, you can put on Have a Holly Jolly Christmas by Bing Crosby. You can put on, hey, you know what? I'll even say in 2020, we'll give it a pass. You can even listen to that one song that nobody likes. Baby, It's Cold Outside. If you want to play it, you fucking play it, all right? But for the love of God, you need to wait until the month of December. Give it 24 solid days until Christmas begins. December 1st to December 25th, you got a solid 3-ish weeks of Christmas celebration, holiday stuff. You got the Hanukkah stuff going on. You got Kwanzaa. You got all that stuff going on. Wait until after Thanksgiving. Wait until it. I mean, come on.
Hey, you can do what you got to do, but you have to accept that a lot of people won't be happy with you about it.
Yeah. You are just
if you're trying to promote joy outward,
stop it.
then you're doing it wrong. You have to understand that
Christmas is all just a big propaganda scheme.
Yeah, how much money you spend on those lights, Jim?
You
know who I'm talking about.
That's interesting. Jim. That's interesting you say that. That name, because Jim is the name of my dad's husband, who also decorates insanely for Christmas. So, also your cousin.
Oh, yeah, I have multiple cousins named Jim, I guess.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I only know one.
Oh, there's two.
Okay. But anyways, I'm just saying, come on. Christmas, we all
I was thinking of Jim Belushi, though.
There's no pure meaning behind Christmas these days. It's all commercial-based, people.
How do you feel about the fact that there's not a Black Friday anymore? There's a Black Friday month.
I participated in it already.
Well, yeah, you got to get those deals.
That was a sweet deal that I got.
Yeah, you got to get those deals, but that doesn't mean you have to be okay with the. I think you can be okay with it, but I'm just saying. I'm just asking. I'm not asking for an answer. I'm asking for your answer.
I think I'm gonna say right now. I think doing it a month over the course of a month is a lot more productive and better for the family environment than it is for having it on one day, the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I agree.
Because by putting it all over the course of a month, one, people don't have to lose out their time on Thanksgiving. You now have the ability to close down the retail facilities on Thanksgiving. Walmart is closing this year on Thanksgiving. Target is closing on Thanksgiving. All these places are closing on Thanksgiving and giving people family time. Whereas I worked in retail for almost a decade, and it fucking sucked because I never had a fucking Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So doing it,
I guess not even let's taking the workers out of the equation for a second. I never realized that, I never thought about it in the fact that Black Friday really did ask every family in America the question, how much do you love your family?
Yeah.
What's the dollar price on how much you love your family and are willing to hang out with them on Thanksgiving? Because what if I give you an 80-inch 4K curved TV for $35? Is that going to mean are you going to come and stand in line all day on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
You know,
for
like
that, for $35, 100%.
So yeah, but I guess I never put that together. That is that is really the question that Black Friday asks: is what's the dollar value I can put on the love for your family? That's awesome.
A $1.99.
Not that they do that, but
$1.99 kitchen towel set.
Yeah.
I saw people straight up fight over sheets that were probably
They should really do a Black Friday for toilet paper and stuff, just 25 cents for 20 rolls.
You can barely get it now. Dude, I still to this day cannot get some fucking Clorox wipes, bro.
Seriously?
They're empty. The shelves are empty, man. You can barely get any of that stuff still. It's super annoying.
The dogs could have fought in the other room. They
Yeah.
have to whine to come out.
We got Phil the Porch Pooch and Barely the Barley Boy. Together they make pooches on the porch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something. There's something.
But yeah, that's I thought I was trying to figure out the mentality behind stores doing this Black Friday month or whatever, the Black Friday deals. And I was like, maybe it's to not have big crowds gathering at the stores on one day, but by doing this, you're really having big crowds at the stores all month. And I don't know what's worse. I
actually talked to somebody today, interestingly enough, who works in retail. And I asked, because essentially there's every Friday now, there's these hot deals. And you can buy them online on Wednesdays, order them online, and then go pick them up in store. And they bring it out to your car. Or you can go in store the day of and get your deals. He goes, the day one was on Friday, this last Friday. They opened at 5 a.m. 2 people at the door.
Really?
Yeah, 2 people. Because you have the ability to do it online, which is a million times easier and better.
Well, and we saw that in our election as well. And
only through the mail.
Yeah, with the mail and voting and stuff.
Right.
Which I don't mean to get back on that subject, but I just want to do you have? I do have one thing I want to say about that. Not to go backwards, but so I'll say that at the end of the podcast. Let's continue to talk about this Black Friday thing. Because I personally, I have no money. I have no job, so I'm not going to shop at all this year. I'm avoiding stores like the plague because I don't have money to spend on them.
What do you want for Christmas?
God, I had a really good answer to that a week ago. I can't remember anymore. I am an American, short attention span.
Yeah. Forget things like Timmy.
Yeah.
Short attention span or an alcoholic? Which one?
What was the question?
Exactly. No, I don't know. I just I'll bitch about Black Friday, but I still participate, so I'm a hypocrite.
And I never bitched about Black Friday. I never had to work on
I did when
Thanksgiving.
I worked.
And absolutely, I think, my opinion probably won't vary from here. Where it's if that can close down stores on Thanksgiving, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I do think that's bull. I've gone out on Thanksgiving because stores are open. But I feel like that's I try to do it as little as possible because doing it means that then in the next quarter review, the upper suit people who get to sip brandy with their families on Thanksgiving go, well, I see our sales shot up by 10% on Thanksgiving this year. So I guess we'll stay open on Thanksgiving next year. And I'm part of that. And I don't like that, so I try not to.
I don't know. Anyways, what were you going to say about the...
Well, okay, with all the craziness that's going on with the election and the results and how long the vote took, counting took, and the legality issues that have now been put forward.
What the fuck are they eating? Phil, drop it.
Give me that, Phil.
Goddamn dogs. Oh, man.
Great podcast stuff. Nothing came out of his mouth.
I don't know what he's.
All right. Phil's chewing on Phantom Gun.
Cut it out.
My question is this: 140 million people, maybe a little over 140 million people voted.
Yeah.
And these are the issues that we saw. What happens if we ever do get 100% of people to vote? Would that, the voting laws were made in a time when there was a smaller population. The vote counting laws were made in a time when there's a smaller population. Maybe it's time for us to revisit the laws on the voting. Maybe we should get a voting week or a vote. This really does coincide with this Black Friday thing in a legitimate way, because Black Friday has now become a black month, a deal of of lower prices during the entire month.
Yeah.
Did you catch? I didn't mean that. All right. Moving on. So, with the election, if 300 million people were trying to vote on the same day, the odds are not everybody's getting their vote cast by midnight. It just ain't. I don't think it would happen in cities like New York, in cities like Atlanta, in cities like San Diego, wherever there's these huge amounts of people, especially when you you add in with the mail-in voting and how crazy contentious people wanted to be with that this year. What happens if 300 million people cast a vote in this country on one or try to in one election? I don't think it'd be possible. I really don't, and I think we need to revisit the laws and make the voting day a holiday, maybe, or make it a couple days or a week.
Yeah.
Why with these lawsuits that are coming out, it makes me ask myself the question: why does it matter what day you vote on? If you're a legal U.S. citizen, your vote should matter if you cast it on November 3rd or November 4th. Or on November 1st, it just and once it's cast, it absolutely should get counted.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it gets counted 3 days later, 10 days later, 15 days later. Yeah, obviously it needs to be within a certain period of time so that we can the process keeps moving. But why rush the process so that there are potential mistakes? We could start voting a month earlier and have the votes counted and done on November 3rd, and just not cover it as in terms of this county's at this and this county's at like a horse race. We cover it like it's a fucking horse race.
Yeah.
And we don't need to do that. We could really just go, this is voting month, everybody. Go vote. The votes will get counted, and we'll be there to make sure nothing's wrong with it. And you can go and watch that footage online, because guess what? We're in the 21st goddamn century, and there's fucking cameras everywhere, and you have the ability to do it because we all have internet, and 5G's coming around, so you'll have that too. And then on November 3rd, we'll just go, hey, this guy's the president, and if you need to see the proof of it, go watch 1,000 hours of video that proves it. We live in the 21st century, and it's ridiculous that we are adhering to laws from the 18th century.
I don't disagree. I also think this may be a little radical, and this might give away my political stance, and to some degree, fuck the Electoral College.
Oh, absolutely.
It's stupid. It is stupid. And regardless of who I voted for, won or not, your vote is meaningless. It means something in your state to a degree.
This time our votes absolutely mattered, because Wisconsin was one of the battleground states.
Right.
But
for sure.
I have I have a lot of friends on Xbox in Rhode Island. One Electoral College vote.
Yeah.
They all said, I'm not voting. And I said, you got to vote. And they go, our vote doesn't matter. And I started making the argument, and I was like, wait a minute, it's Rhode Island. Yeah, your vote doesn't matter. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about... Guess what? Go look into how many times a presidential candidate goes to Idaho or Montana or, these bumfuck states that only have... Sorry, that was...
with
I didn't
gracious
mean-
listeners who really.
I didn't mean that in terms of the people in the states. I meant that in terms of the electoral college votes that the state gets. That's
almost
the way
worse
that.
than calling a place a shithole.
Yeah, and I apologize. That was wrong of me to say it that way. But it comes down to the fact that that's the way that our politicians look at those states. Is these states that are so far off the beaten path and mean so little in the electoral college, and they're all this or that. So let's not even bother going there. And to me, I understand why some people can argue the electoral college, because without the electoral college, if you take both coasts, with Biden, he had 80% of most cities, or 60 to 80% of most cities. You're not going to lose the election with that, but you shouldn't if you have 4.5 million people more than the other guy, because that's what the president does. He is the representative for the people, not for the certain amount of states. He is the representative of the people, and if the majority of the people want this person, that is, in my opinion, who should be president.
Drop it. Dumb dog. They're eating the blankets. Anyways, all right. This episode of the podcast brought to you by InfoWars. Alex Jones is back.
Listen to him talk to aliens on Thursday. They come from Squeepscop, and they speak Splingensporf. And you won't understand him, but he'll translate, and you can trust him. Alex Jones.
Alex Jones sounds like Kermit after a stroke.
Factual.
Yeah. Anyways, well, we hit a lot of different things.
This was an interesting episode, yeah.
It was.
I guess the one thing we can say about Pumpking is that it'll make you talk about weird shit and draw weird conclusions and parallels.
Correct.
I love it, and I think everybody should drink it.
I agree. We should drink it. Southern Tier Brewing Company, Pumpking Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Drink it, and we'll be here together for everyone. Regardless of where you stand politically, regardless of where you stand religiously, regardless of where you stand physically. Sometimes you might be in Nevada. Sometimes you might be in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean,
that's okay.
Yeah, I will say this with everything that we talked about, especially the political side of things. I understand that every side has their points and their perspectives.
Right.
And just because I'm not on that side of the other side of the argument potentially, doesn't mean I don't see the merits. It just means that might not coincide with my beliefs, but I try not to downplay the beliefs of the other side. So if you are on the other side, I'm not downplaying the merit of your arguments.
That's right.
If you made it this far in the episode.
Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior. Amen.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he's
some men. Amen.
A man.
Amen.
Man, I feel like a woman. Shania Twain.
Yeah. Dude looks like a lady. Aerosmith.
You know that song's about the lead singer of Motley Crue?
No, but
Vince
that makes
Neil.
sense.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve.
Dude does, in fact, look like a lady.
Not so much anymore, but...
Not that Aerosmith can say much.
You think Barry's part wolf?
Yeah.
You really do?
Yeah.
I don't like that. Wolves are dangerous.
That's just what the media wants you to believe.
Yeah. Go up to a wolf and pet it.
We did back in the day. We turned wolves in. Every dog is part wolf.
Yeah.
You know, we turned wolves into dogs, and Barry just didn't get all the way there.
He's vicious. He's feisty. You just got an email from eHarmony dating.
Seriously?
Yeah. Is that a sign? Are you enrolled?
I'm not even signed up on eHarmony. Somebody sold my information that I was on whatever that other one was.
Facebook dating?
No, we signed up for another one at one point.
No, he didn't.
Well, I did at some point, way earlier.
Tinder? Bumble?
I don't know.
Plenty of fish?
I think
Farmers Only?
I think it was Farmers Only. Yeah, I think it was Farmers Only. No, it was Christian Mingle.
Adult Friend Finder?
It was friends with Ben's next door that are
Like
Islam.
Mercedes Benz
Yeah,
that are Islam.
yeah.
It's very specific.
And there was no one on there. It was crazy. It was, it's
Yeah.
me and 3 dudes.
Well, hey, you guys can go.
But I
along.
made 3 friends, and with no Bens that were Islam.
All right, this is over.
Pew pew audio. Goodbye, everyone.